Now, let's talk about the future of women and girls in Afghanistan now. Let's go to Adelaide and catch up with Mariam Aslami, who's the Vice President of the Afghan Australian Women's Association. Thanks for joining us, Mariam. Tell us first up what you're hearing now from your friends and relatives in Afghanistan. How have things changed in the last couple of weeks as the Taliban has swept through the country and taken over the capital?
Thank you for having me. So every day there is a new fear, and every day there is a new scenario from Taliban. I've been talking with my family and friends in there, and they have told me that every day we have a fear that we're not going to leave again. As you may know, that just yesterday the Taliban took a few government officials and they executed them on the streets of Kabul. So that have terrorized people. They were terrorized before, but now this one just have put more fear in their hearts now. So they gave statements about peace on the TV to just calm people down, but now they are not actually doing what they actually said on the TV, what they actually gave statements about.
Yeah, surprise. What we've heard from the Taliban is basically spin. It was what we would call political spin here.
Yes.
They've been telling everybody that they're a new, kinder, gentler Taliban and that they'll be more respectful of women's rights. I can't believe how the global media, some in the global media, have accepted that. I mean, their version of Sharia law will be very tough for the women of Afghanistan, won't it? Tell us what you expect to see.
Well, it's going to be the same Afghanistan that it used to be in the old Taliban's regime. They are the same Taliban. Their ideology hasn't changed. They are the same. They have the same rules. They have the same point of views about women. Nothing has changed. They are trying to, build a good image for themselves, for their, international community, which is, I don't think anyone would believe, because, most of people who are actually on the ground say it's completely different to what they are trying to, portray on the media. So it's going to be just the same, world. Afghan women, especially in the past, 20 years, they have worked so hard, to achieve, something in their lives, to have an identity in the society. And now they just, they have taken over and they took them back to the same point that they were 20 years ago. So I don't think anything will actually change for women, in terms that, what they're trying.
This is one of the great tragedies from my point of view, Mariam, that people overlook. I'm not dewy-eyed about this. We all know how difficult Afghanistan was and how many of the problems of the country remain unresolved. But over the past 20 years, people of your generation, girls of your generation in Afghanistan, have been able to get an education, have been able to go to school. Women have actually served in the parliament. Women have been allowed to show their faces in public. And suddenly, to snatch that away from all those girls and young women is going to be a terrible cruelty.
It is. It is. All the women, I have, my cousins, I have two of my sister-in-laws in there. So one of them is actually a teacher at girls' school, and the other one, she was working for the Kabul National Bank. And they are saying that they just have no hope anymore, because for the past 20 years, they tried so hard to build their careers, to do something for their people, and now they just have to stay home and they're not allowed to. And they are actually scared as well that if these people find out that they were working for government and they were actually serving people, they're gonna execute them like they did just yesterday to a few government officials on the streets of Kabul. So they have the same violence towards women that they used to before. There is no change at all. I don't think there will be any change in the future either.
It's a terrible situation. Thanks for joining us, Mariam.
Thank you.